Hi, I'm Allie Gongos with Purple Squirrel Advisors, and I have Carrie Schochet here with me today as well. We wanted to hop on and talk about the market dynamic and the job market right now. So there's a huge challenge around hiring. So Carrie, can you talk a little bit about how to run an effective hiring process in this crazy market and how to best attract talent?
Sure. Yeah, well, thanks so much, Allie. So first of all, running a great process is important no matter what is occurring with unemployment or with other market dynamics. And so I think just first and foremost, it's always important to have a good process, but there's things that we have to do today, maybe that are different than pre-COVID, and it just amplifies actually the need to be thoughtful and creative with the hiring process. So first and foremost, thinking about pipeline, where are you going to initially even identify or attract the candidates? And it comes down to your employer brand and how you're represented out in the marketplace, whether that's on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, any of those media channels where there's an opportunity for your employees to represent you, that's your employer brand. And so thinking about your employer brand and really actively managing it is important. And I think in today's world, the employer brand and the consumer brand are they're linked. And so really focusing on that is important no matter how many open positions you have. And of course, there's many platforms that this can come to play. And then the sourcing strategy. So what methods will you use to even identify the candidates, whether that's Indeed, Monster, Career Builder, LinkedIn? Are you using external recruiters? So you need to fill the pipeline first. But then once you have viable candidates, the most important thing is to have a structured process. The process is the same and consistent across that entire pool of candidates, and to keep the momentum going. Cannot stress enough the importance of momentum and efficiency in a hiring process. So Allie, maybe you could just touch on momentum and what I mean by that even, and kind of what the implications of bad momentum are.
Sure. So sometimes we will have candidates in a process, and when interviews are being scheduled and next steps are being scheduled, timely right after the previous interview, that's really needed in a process. When there is a lag of 2 weeks between an interview, a first round and a second round, candidates can lose excitement and their interest in the position. So we really encourage clients to try to keep that momentum and the candidate stays excited and they're continuously in contact throughout the whole process, and so it really keeps them engaged the whole time, and it keeps them interested.
Yeah, and if you think about the implications of a delay, you might have a candidate that comes out of an interview really excited. They've met people, they've seen your culture, they've explored the chance that they're going to learn something new and build a skill set. And then all of a sudden there's a 2-week delay. And during that delay, the candidate might be thinking, oh, I'm not going to get the position. And so they start convincing themselves all the reasons why maybe that's for the best, oh, well, it would have been a longer commute, or it would have been, any number of reasons. That's the types of things that goes through the candidate's mind when they think that you have moved on or that you're not interested. And so those are some of the reasons why that momentum is so important. But then, yeah, just keep it moving, be competitive with your offer. And so, candidates generally are expecting an increase. It's very rare to see candidates move for a lateral compensation unless there's some other factor that they're picking up, like whether that's a better benefit, flexibility, something else, some long-term incentive. So those are just also very important to kind of put your best foot forward with the offer. But then one other idea, Allie, maybe you could touch on the idea of the virtual tour, because I think that's just a creative idea that I haven't heard before.
Sure. So the last thing that I have in mind is, every candidate is going to be in a different comfort level of where they're at with COVID right now. Some people are still nervous about coming into an office. So we think it would be a great idea for clients to give a virtual tour of a video of their office space showing, you know, whether it's spaced out more, or we've seen people using wristbands to show their comfort levels of interaction with people. So just showing that you can meet each individual where they're at and their comfort level of coming back into an office, whether it's talking normally or keeping your distance, whatever it may be, showing them virtually through a video, and also even maybe adding a video with your core values, and just showing them how you're handling everything with COVID, and that you're keeping things in mind and you're making people comfortable. We think that would really help. Some people are visual and it just makes them feel a little bit better. So,
Right. Yeah, and particularly if you're running a virtual interview process, having the candidate at least, again, be able to visualize the environment and to see what the office, looks like, I think can help them to understand and visualize themselves working there too. And so, so that's just a creative idea that we've heard for some companies as they're navigating a virtual process. But I guess the bottom line too is just to be creative and flexible during this time to attract top talent, because that's really what's needed, given the market dynamics that we're faced with. We'd love to hear your comments. If you disagree, that's okay. We'd love to hear and generate some dialogue around this topic. We know it's a tough one. So drop a comment, reach out to us, and let us know what you think. Thank you so much.
thank you.